Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight here on HollywoodPressTV.com. Without further ado, let's skip the cheesy intros. Would you please join me in welcoming from NBC's hit comedy, The Office, Mr. Leslie David Baker.
How are you?
Well, I think we're doing better now.
Snacks.
We have some snacks here. You're
Yeah.
a big Starburst guy?
Yeah, snacks. Gotta have snacks.
I think I'll try to dig in myself here.
Oh, the goldfish. Go ahead.
Please, David.
I heard you were stuck in traffic and you might be hungry.
You were stuck. Now, you both have been stuck in traffic today. Maybe I should just step out and let you guys sort of hash this out with each other?
Yes, it was ugly. He's giving me a kidney and a lung for being stuck in traffic.
Fair trade?
Collecting organs. What you got?
Fair trade?
You know, I was cursing the world, but look at this! Goldfish!
Well, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
This is a nice little laid-back feel.
It's a very comfortable
Let's
chair.
put a little. We brought these in specially. I like these. Look at this room.
It's, you know, hip room because they often put you in the little narrow seats and you're sitting there like the airplane seats. Terrible.
See, we didn't want to do that.
First class.
Okay, so talk to us a little bit. We are all huge fans of the show. So,
Thank you.
as you can tell.
I kind of got that, yes. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit really quickly about what was life like before. You have not been born and raised an actor. You found yourself in some different professions. So talk to us a little bit about life before acting.
Well, before acting or acting in survival jobs, I majored in psych in undergrad at Loyola, worked at 3 psychiatric hospitals, and then taught school, went back and got a master's in human services.
What did you teach?
Special ed K through 8.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. All right.
Just briefly, while I was working on my master's and while I was doing extra work and working on commercials because I wanted to pursue acting, but I like living indoors and eating on a regular basis. And so, you know, you got to have that survival job with benefits. Got to have insurance.
Now, from all of that, how and when does the transition start? So now you talked that you had some survival jobs.
I was doing plays and commercials all along while I had the survival jobs.
Okay.
So then I made the transition in '97. I came out here, went to TVI, did a monologue in front of an agent, started out doing this horrendous comedic monologue, and we would do it in front of the same class, same people every day. The first day they laughed, the second day they go, by the third day it was like, they're not going to laugh at this, so don't do it. So I decided to go do a dramatic monologue. So I did this dramatic monologue about this little girl who was adopted and had gone to meet her father at this mill, and she ended up getting hit by a truck.
Oh my gosh.
And dying, and you know, anyway, I made a room full of people break down and cry. So the agent decided, I'm going to sign him. So they signed me, and he was after me to move out here, and I said, can't move out here yet. Got to make sure I have enough money to survive, because I don't want to have a job where I'm saying, would you like fries with that? And moved out a year later, and have been working as a professional actor ever since. Moved out in June of '98, booked my first gig in August of '98, and have been working steadily ever since. Have never had to work any other kind of job except acting. Yes.
Wow, good for you. There's an inspiration.
Okay. This is awesome.
I did all that and didn't take a breath.
That was incredible.
I do take breaths. Okay. Now, I want to ask you about the audition process for The Office.
The agent I had at the time gave me a call and said, you know, they're doing an American version of this British show, The Office. Have you ever seen it? And I said, no. He says, well, I want you to go in. It's for an office worker named Stanley. I said, oh, okay, fine. Went into Allison Jones. I had on my little suit and tie because I'm working in an office. And I went in and I read the part, and she said, great, I want you to go to the callback. It's in 2 days. She said, and don't go in dressed as nicely as you're dressed. you want to look kind of rumpled and kind of crinkly wrinkled, like you've been actually working as opposed to, you try to look nice, you know. So I ended up going to the callback. I had another audition scheduled that day, drove to the callback for the office, got there were like 50 people there, and I looked around and said, I've got time to leave and go to my other audition.
Really?
He said. Got in the car, drove from Culver City into Hollywood, went to the audition, left the audition, and school was out, and every old person in the city of Los Angeles decided they wanted to come out and drive that day. So there's old people driving slow, children darting in the street, you know, locusts falling from the heavens, whatever could slow me down, trains coming and stopping in the middle of the track, everything that could have happened, happened. So I got back to the callback, and I was sweaty and wrinkled and irritable and grouchy and went into the restroom, and when I came back out, Allison came out and said, Leslie, thank you so much for being so patient and waiting. They said that you had gone to the restroom, and I went, oh, no problem. Went in, sat down, had enough time since I was taking so long getting there, had memorized the sides, sat down and was auditioning with Phyllis Smith, who was Allison's casting associate at the time. So sat down and we went back and forth, and we finished all the dialogue, and we just kept going with the scene off the script, and we just kept going, and the suits and the producers, they started buzz, 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 and 2 weeks later I got a call, and the agent says, you got it. And I said, got what? He says, The Office. I went, oh, okay. Because I was auditioning for other stuff, and you go into the audition, you do it, you leave it, and you forget it so that you don't make yourself crazy worrying about stuff. And the next thing you know, we were shooting the pilot.
Okay, now when you shot the pilot for The Office, what was the feeling like on the set that day?
There were a bunch of people from the network there, and they had on their suits, and they had a big spread of food, which was really nice. Yeah, feed me, I'm happy. And get to it.
Okay, good.
And Kevin Riley from NBC was there, and everybody was kind of like, "Oh my gosh, we're gonna shoot the pilot." And it was like, "Okay, fine." And we sat down and we read through the script, and it was one of those rare moments where you sit down and you get through, and you go halfway through it, you say, "This is gonna be a hit show."
Oh, really?
Your gut you just know it, that this is clicking. I don't know what told me that. I don't know where it came from, but, you know, and at the end of the table read, I remember telling, Greg Daniels, he says, well, yeah, I said, this is a hit show. He says, well, I hope so. I'm like, you can hope all you want to. It's a hit show. I ended up getting food poisoning during the pilot.
Oh, really? That helps you stay in character, though, probably.
Did.
That angry feel?
That angry and running all over the place feel, yeah. There's a scene that they show in every opening credit, and I'm leaning up against the wall like this. And
you have food poisoning.
They said I was green in the face, literally, so. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so there was a general feeling right from the start, this is going to be a hit. Help yourself, my good man. There you go. I had yellow, too. Yes. I had yellow, too. Now, life on the set after the pilot. The show starts to pick up speed, slowly but surely throughout the first season. So it's a wild success now. So what's life on the set like now?
It's big fun. We have people, now they give you stuff.
Like?
Somebody sent me some flowers once. Huh? This woman said that I was what did she say?
It was a random fan.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
A fine piece of the Lord's handiwork.
Oh, good Lord. I would follow up on that.
I could go with that. I'm like, okay, let's go with that. Well,
so there's some perks there.
There's perks.
You got some fans that are doing some crazy things for you.
Yeah, you get to meet all kinds of people. I would think the highlight was when I had gone to the Television Critics Association Awards, and we won that night. And got a chance to meet Carol Burnett.
Ooh.
And she came up and said,